Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Ivy and I'm a makeup artist, YouTuber and content creator based in Asaba, Delta State, Nigeria. And today's video is going to be a chit chat get ready with me while we recreate this beautiful makeup look. And then we're going to be talking about cheating in relationships, in committed relationships, either you are like in a committed relationship, monogamous one, or you are already married and all of that. So if this is a content you would like to see, then please keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. We are almost at 1,000. Let's get there soon. Welcome back guys. So we're going to begin with priming, and I want to make use of this my Rimmel Stay Matte primer. The weather is really dry, so I don't want to use anything overly matte, so I'm just going to use this mirror. Like I used to have those mirrors with the handle, but I don't know what happened to them. I've been looking for 2 of them. I haven't found them. For foundation, let's make use of this Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage foundation, the 24 hours way, and I'm in the shade 362 Truffle. And let's just take, I have reduced the quantity of foundation I normally use, so I'm just going to take a pump. I don't want my face to be too cakey. I still like my coverage, don't get me wrong, but I don't like it to be as full as it used to be. So I got a suggestion from a subscriber of mine that I should start a chit chat to get ready with me. Instead of just doing my makeup, I should be gisting and all of that. So I'm going out in a bit, but let's just get into this discourse. Cheating by your spouse, by your significant other, whether you are in a relationship or you're married. Cheating is cheating. So how do you deal with cheating in a relationship? Okay, I don't like that thick cakey coverage anymore. And for concealer, I want to make use of this Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 40. In the shade 40, that's what we're going to make use of. I'm just going to apply that. So cheating, I did a video a while back where I talked about marriage secret every wife hides. I was talking to Nigerian bride to be, and I put that up there. Cheating is a deal breaker for some people, but it will be you'll be amazed to know that cheating is not a deal breaker for everybody. Like for some women, it's just like, okay, you can cheat as long as you come back, as long as I'm the main babe or the main wife or the one who eventually come back to. For me, before I got married, I had always been team no cheating. Like cheating is a deal breaker because you just be at home and one man will go and carry one disease and come and give you, So I didn't want any of that. I clearly stated it that cheating is a deal breaker. That's for someone like me. For some other people, cheating might not be a deal breaker. Just go back in with a foundation brush now. So like I was saying, for some other people, I'm going to be setting now with my Beauty by AD setting powder in the shade Tawny. For some other people, cheating might not be a deal breaker, and here in Africa, most people will always tell you that, oh, men are polygamous by nature, men will always cheat and this and that, and the ratio of men to women is so high and everything. Personally, I believe that it's just a matter of discipline. Like if you are disciplined, you can actually control yourself, because same way like the men are being buffeted by beautiful women every day. No man wants to eat the same food every day. Well, that's the same way that ladies too are being propositioned, wives, girlfriends. But just that self-respect and discipline they have is the reason why many of them did not used to. Now I use that word did not used to cheat because I'm based here in Asaba, and there's a cheating pandemic like among married women. And when you speak with some of those women and you hear them talk, it's almost more like, well, my husband is doing it, I'm revenging, or it's more like trying to get back at the man. And I'm like, why not just leave? Why not just leave the marriage and everything? Like I said earlier, I used to be of the mindset that cheating was a deal breaker for me. And then you get married and you have kids, and for some reason, for most married women, there's always this fear of, especially when the children are still young, broken home, being by yourself and all of that. At times too, the financial cost of taking care of these kids by yourself, because most men, the fact that they are even there with you, they are not providing. Not to talk of when they are not even there for you to be like dragging. The children need this, or we need this, or we need that. So we are done with the eyebrows. The eyebrows are not cooperating with us today, but we move. So I'm bringing up this topic now because I was discussing with a colleague of mine a while back, and she was complaining how she caught her husband cheating, and she was just looking for advice on what her next step should be. And I laughed and I told her, I said, see, I was used to be of the opinion that, once a man cheats on me, it's over, it's done. Like, have you seen me? I'm a queen. You did this, and, you go out there to look for what is not looking for you. You better just keep it moving, That's why I'm like really a strong advocate for women having something doing, so that in case of anything, you know how to move. And so I told her, I said, I have experienced something like that before in the past, and I can assure you it's not the best feeling. And I told her, I said, the greatest hurt, the most painful thing is that you are always the last to know. Like, everyone around you knows, but nobody tells you. You are always the last to know. And then the fact that you are exposed to like the women that they cheat with, your children might be exposed to them, because like most of these men, they don't know how to set boundaries. you will find that you are having like an event in your house, and they are coming with like a friend of, let me just stick now to like committed couples, like maybe like married or about to wed, all of that. They are coming to that, like your significant other's friends are coming to that event. I'm making use of my Juvia's Place Nubian eyeshadow palette. They are coming to that event with the side chick. You will serve this side chick, you will like thinking that is the guest of this person, they came together, all the while not knowing that is your significant other's side chick. See the exposure in your home. At times it might be your kids, they're giving your kids like sweets and other things, and you are not aware. And I told her, I said, for me, the most painful thing was that I was the last to know. I used to be of the opinion that, if you like, just trust your spouse and trust that your significant other is faithful to you. And when you see signs of betrayal, you go looking, because at that point when you go looking, you will find something. You will always find something, because the signs are there. Like, your inner man is already telling you that something is wrong. I'm going to make use of this P. Louise based in Rumor 05. Your inner man is already telling you that something is wrong. Like, there is something wrong with this picture. But you just don't know who it is. Okay, who the person is and all of that. So go looking. Any way you can go looking. Like, I'm not going to come here and tell you this or that. Go looking. And then when you find what you are looking for, the next question becomes, what now? Okay, I have discovered this guy is cheating. What do I do? Now, if you are just by yourself, like there are no kids involved, it's very, very easy to just walk away, because like my late dad used to say, say my children, like, you are the prize. Any man who doesn't value you, to know that you are the prize, doesn't deserve you. If you are single, it's just you, I would say walk away, because the mental stress that comes with dealing with that same person, it's a whole lot. Now I want to make use of this. I want to do an all matte shadow. I want to make use of this orangey brown shade right here. Just pack that all over my lid. The psychological trauma is always a lot, like a whole lot to deal with, because for those who like already have kids, they might be not forced per se, they might be more open to dealing with, because of the kids, especially when the kids are still like quite tender and all of that. But it's never the same like it used to be, because there's been that breach of trust. There's been that, do you know what it takes to get to that level of cheating? Like the lying, the deceit. I'm going to jog, I'm going to do this. Meanwhile, you are going to a hotel, you are going to pick the girl from her house to jog with you, to do this. You are lying with your friends are covering up for you. Like, even those friends of that your spouse or significant other, you can never even see them in the same light again, because you're looking at them and you're like, you guys are all like liars. You are all like, because you all knew that this was going on, and you always be hearing this bro code and all of that. So as a single lady, I would say it's easier to just like let it go. Like, if you don't have kids involved, let it go. Then again, I would also say it depends on the significant other in question, because some are like real devils. Some will gaslight you, Some will say, okay, I cheated, so what, and all of that. If this person is really, really remorseful, like full of regrets, wants to do better, and there are kids involved and all of that, before now I would never have advised that, but I would advise to give one more shot, like I told this colleague of mine, if and only if the significant other is showing signs of remorse. Because truth be told, I'm looking for the liquid liner I'm going to make use of now. Let's use this one from Zenith Flare. Alright, we're done with our liquid liner. Now we're going to apply mascara, and I want to make use of this Zaron lengthening mascara. Before now I would never have advised that, but if the spouse is repentant and really, really apologetic, I would say forgive, but forgive only once with a stern warning. You know why? Because in my experience, once they get away with that, she has forgiven me, they tend to have this boldness that even if I stray again, she will also forgive me. Like, she will still stay back and everything, and I will beg again and she will forgive me, and I will beg again and she will forgive me, and before you know it becomes a circle. Because 80% of the time, once they cheat on you the first time, no matter how much reconciliation you do or how much, number one, the trust is already broken. So there's no trust. They can tell you we are going to church, and in your mind it's like, oh, Benny, go where they go, because you already, like, you've done that in the past before. I don't trust you, say. So you end up being, why I said the psychological toll, you never trust them that they're going to be where they say they are going to be, and you end up monitoring and spending all your time and effort monitoring and trying to figure out if they are really where they say they will be. Now that can only lead to one of two things. One, it will either help to build back the trust, in which case you are getting like multiple confirmations that he said he's going to church and he's really at church. He said he's going to gym and he's really at the gym. He said he's going to work and he's really at work, which would be like a confirmation that this person is changed. Or it will help to show you that this person has no actual intention of changing or of doing better. At that point, you now have to decide what your next course of action will be. Let's make use of this Avon True Color Powder in Toffee. At that point, you now decide, and even while you are deciding, don't just take a drastic action or a drastic step. Take your time. You can stop like conjugal duties and all of that. Take your time, plan your exit carefully, get a place, rent it, prepare yourself. Now, like I said, I experienced something like this a while back, and it was tough, because the betrayal, and like how you just sit and you're like, how foolish could I have been? I didn't see this, and the way you tend to start looking at people after that, like people who know you, people who invite sometimes they will even invite them, like your significant other, mutual friends, so, and their side chick, to like events and everything, and you are fine. Once you start finding out, once the truth starts coming out, it starts coming out, like everything starts coming out. So we applied the face powder. So I told her, I said, can you truly really get past this? Do you think it's something you can get past? Because it's just easy to say, oh well, he's begging, I want to forgive and everything. Now I want to take just like one of my eyeshadow just to contour with. It's not as, I told her, I said from my own experience, it's not as easy as just saying they are sorry. For some time they've been caught, they will behave themselves and, you know, try to make up for the hurt and everything. The good ones, so if the significant other is not even remorseful or anything, find your way, because that is not a relationship, so that you don't end up losing your life or carrying one incurable disease in the process. All men are not polygamous by nature. There are disciplined men out there who would not cheat, who take marital vows seriously. This makeup is given. Now I want to make use of this e.l.f. blush squad in the shade Deep. I think that is dark, the shade dark. Let's make use of this color right here. So I told her, I said, it depends on what you feel you can tolerate. Like, can you fathom going to bed with this guy, like looking at him? And she said she had fallen out of love with him and everything, but the guy has been begging and everything. Like her husband, not even like they have 2 kids. You know, she had told her family was like willing to, like, whatever your decision is, we are going to support you, we are here for you and all of that. Wow, this look is beautiful. Like, wow, we are here for you and all of that. So she has the support of her family, but she's still worried, like, you know, this is someone she was married to, and like she's like, okay, somewhere deep down I still love this guy. Like, I feel like, do I just, like, I feel betrayed and hurt and all of that. So I told her, I said, if he's willing to work on himself, if he's apologetic, give him a stern warning, let him know that, you know, things are not going to go back to the way they were overnight. You are hurt, you need time to heal and process and do all of that and everything. But the problem is, even after you do all that, you are still going to not be settled, because that trust, that bridge is already there. It's never going to be the same. If this person is going for like a trip and is like, oh, I'm going for a trip, no, maybe with one of those his friends who were covering up for him at the time, like, okay, you are thinking like, is he going to be good? Is he going to cheat on me? Is he going to do this? I always tell, like, guys, when we are talking about, you know, infidelity and everything, they're like, please, women can cheat without feeling something for the guy and this and that. I just laugh and tell them, I said, look, you guys cannot, let's just wipe our lips. You guys cannot survive what you dish out. Like, they can't survive it at all. Because have you seen like where a guy finds the wife or significant other cheating? Like, you know the pain? They almost want to kill themselves, commit suicide, something. It's always so funny, and I'm like, so it's painful. Like, do you know like what it means? You know, and they'll tell you, oh, before a lady decides to cheat, she has started developing feelings for the other guy. Guys can cheat without, like, a guy can love you and still cheat. That's a lie. A guy cannot love you and still cheat on you. That's a lie from the pit of hell. So if you are going through something like that, and your significant other is quite remorseful and wants to work on the relationship, on the marriage, my advice is to give just one chance for them to prove themselves, for them to show you they've changed, you know, that they are putting in the work. And in the time being, while they are doing that, if you have to be like checking up on them, looking out to make sure, excuse me, they're on the right track, please do, for your own sanity, for your own safety. Let's use this Avon lipstick in the shade Tea Rose. For your own sanity and for your own safety too. This is giving. So beautiful. So I think we're going to do setting spray now. For your own sanity, for your own safety, it's very, very important that you keep on checking to make sure the person has been good. And if they decide to cheat again, and like I said earlier, 80% of the time they will, carefully plan your exit. If you have to pretend while doing that, pretend. Carefully plan your exit, like take your time. We're using the NYX matte finish setting spray. That's beautiful. We're going to apply our lashes now. I've already like prepped it, so I'm waiting for it to get tacky, then we're going to apply it, and then we'll just wrap up the rest of the video. So the lash is tacky now. We're just going to apply it. So we are done with the lashes now, and this is the finished look. I haven't put on lashes in a while, and I don't know, it's just feeling feeling kind of strange. So like I was saying, if you do not have kids, I will advise that you just walk out, because that relationship is not worth it. Some people might say, oh, they are going to change, but at that point, like, you have nothing to lose. But if you like have like really little young kids, I would say forgive just once and try to move on. See if your significant other is willing to make changes, if they're actually making the changes. And this is where I said the psychological thing comes in, because you never really know if they are honest, if they are being truthful, because of the kind of deceit and lies that they had done previously. You still have flashes to those things, and that trust, like I said, can never come back to the way it used to be. It will take a lot of time, like a long time, and like really steady effort on the part of your significant other to like really try to build that trust back. You see, some women will be like, I'm going to cheat back, and it works for them. Some women would say it's better as an open marriage, it works for them. But don't let yourself be forced or pushed into doing something that is not you. If you're the kind of person that sees cheating as a no-brainer, like big deal, well, all well and good for you. But as a lady, like me personally, I don't see cheating back as like a solution, because that's not me. I rather just like leave the relationship and just start meeting people again, like just move on with my life, rather than just sit there and try to be cheating in revenge. What are you doing? You end up giving each other disease and all of that. Your sanity is very, very important. When you're sneaking and you're doing this and you're doing, it's not worth it. So if you've ever been in this situation, what did you do? Just like, let's gist in the comment section, drop other like scintillating topics for me. Let's be gisting during our makeup sessions. I really enjoyed this one today. I hope I'm able to continue with. But the truth is, sometimes personal things end up coming out, so I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, that's done for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned, and